Hey, nice to have you back. One thing I want to show you, a workflow to build stuff like this really easy. This is the best trick I ever found out. I do it now for months and I know it's solid. I will never change that workflow and I will show you that workflow trick now. So the idea is simple. I go to Ableton, and when you have Ableton, so you have an audio channel, you can have the off, auto and in mode. With the in mode, the channel that you have on your extern interface or a mixer or something, then you have extern in. And with this, in my case, I have that like Presonus mixer where I have like 32 channels. He showed me that 32 channels in mono and in stereo. So the idea is separate all the channels. For this I use the Erica Synths Link. Just a simple tool. It's a passive module, so you actually don't need energy for it. And you just can put Klinke, jack into your mixer, you know? So you have like 5 jack outputs, and then you can go just with like your 3.5 jack inside. So input, output. The only thing that the module is doing is put everything from the modular in line level. So with that module you can separate your mix just like this and mix it then on an extern mixer, or in my case like the Presonus pult. And with this separation I can build myself in Ableton just the outputs that I use, and then just put like effects like maybe delay, and then I only use stuff like EQing, some drum bass, multicom dynamics, saturation and utility. So in a way I just mix a bit with the stuff. On every channel you can play around with some filters sometimes. Here I have some filters, and I use just really simple audio effects, not too complex. And then I have aux sense. So I use Ableton more like a effect mixer, and then my mixer more like a interface actually, because I have not like extern rack with a lot of effects because it's super expensive. I use Ableton just for like an effect rack. Like using these effects more simple like highs, mids, lows, you know, frequency forming. Then you actually can build crazy stuff, and in the end you just record every channel separate. You just make them all hot, you know, like this, but all together, and then boom, you have arrangement. You just jam it in. I just click play and then I jam everything in, and then when I'm finished I put them all from in to off, this with everyone. And then you see these little moments where like here the bass goes down. You see it in the sample. It's like all one long sample. And that long sample, I just a moment where I know 100%, like you should zoom in. You so okay, here's my first kick, and then you make Command E. With this you have a cut, and then you can make fades, you know? So I do that, play a little bit around on little drops. Sometimes like here I put a shaker loop just in, like some loops that I have, and then make some little variation. It's actually just this E playing. So with this I force myself more to just jam on the Eurorack itself and build everything like kick and everything, but I don't have like the kick that sounds just ba-dum, 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 bum. So and I can put a delay, some saturation, I can push that signal really heavy, and then it sounds so amazing, and I can still form it in the Eurorack itself till like I find the perfect balance between the effects in Ableton and in the Eurorack. And that soundscape done when it sounds amazing, and I'm like, okay, I can listen to this for hours now. Then I push record and just make fade ins and fade outs and some little detail work. Then I put something on the master and start to master the shit and have a track, you know, finish for release. Just a simple little trick of workflow that I can recommend to everyone who uses Eurorack. Yeah, that was a simple trick. I hope you have an amazing week and we see us soon. Bye.